Roger Federer is considered by many people to have the greatest forehand of all time, and I happen to agree with them. And today I want to give you a few tips on how to make your forehand a little bit more like Federer's. So starting with the grip, Roger Federer uses what's known as a modified Eastern grip. And as I understand it, the key to finding this grip is to line up your front knuckle and your heel pad. You can even draw a line from here to here and line it up with the flat bevel of your racket, which is known as bevel 3. 1, 2, 3. So lining up the front knuckle and the heel pad to 3 is going to create a natural flaring of the index finger, which is just what you want to get your grip like Federer. Furthermore, Federer actually allows his pinky and the bottom of his hand to drip off the end of the racket just a little bit. This low grip allows for slightly heavier racket, which confers more power and also keeps the wrist a little bit more relaxed to allow for more acceleration. So let's talk about the preparation. When Roger Federer sees the ball coming his way, he's going to split step, and then his racket is going to be led to his right side with his left hand like so, and his elbow is going to be inside like this. In fact, one way you can practice this is you can tuck a tennis ball right into your armpit and then just practice facing the strings directly out to the right. Once he gets to this position here, his left hand and his right hand split into straight positions, and all you're going to see him doing here is extending at the elbow into what's called the pat the dog. So from here, we're going to face our racket right, we're going to split into pat the dog, and the left hand is going to be reaching out a little bit towards the ball and a little bit towards the side fence, like so. From this position, Federer is going to enter what's known as the dynamic slot, where he's going to pull on the racket like this, which is going to create what's known as the racket lag, the famous racket lag. And he's going to be pulling all the way up to the ball, and you're going to see that tennis ball is going to leave my armpit as I extend, and my right shoulder is going to end up in front of my left shoulder at this point here. From here, he's going to be lifting both up and across with a non-twisting rotation of the shoulder, as well as applying twisting rotation and flying around, finishing with a low elbow and the racket facing the opposite direction 180 degrees. When you're trying to get that nice wrist lag and that nice flipping over, it's very important that you don't try to do that with your inner forearm. Rather, really focus on that pulling of the handle as though someone was standing behind you and just holding the racket like this, and you're trying to pull it out of their hands. There are two parts of the shoulder that you're going to be utilizing at the same time in conjunction with each other. There's going to be the non-twisting rotation and the twisting rotation. And by having your racket all the way extended out here with a straight arm, you're allowing for the maximum amount of leverage as well as access to both non-twisting and twisting rotation, which results in the maximum amount of both power and spin. So you get the best of both worlds and you get that famous heavy ball. One final caveat to this whole picture, and this is a big part of what dynamic tennis method is all about, and you're not going to hear this in a lot of places, and it's very important. When you're going from your turn position into your extension position and then to your dynamic slot, these are not arbitrary positions that you just need to hit like checkpoints. There's an element of gravity that adds a whole lot of power and rhythm to your stroke that if you fail to implement this gravity, it's just not going to look like Roger Federer. I can hit every one of these checkpoints in a very herky-jerky way, and effectively every time that I stop my momentum, I fail to utilize that momentum that I'm getting from the dropping racket. Instead, I have inertia that I have to overcome. So this is not the way to hit it like Roger Federer. Here, 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 here. Right? Very stiff. You have to release the racket into the air, into this extension. You're not putting the racket down on a table, but you're just floating the racket up, and then you are using that momentum and pulling it as the racket's falling so that you get a little bit more momentum into your swing. This is something that you really can't see in stills, and it's hard to pick up on it when you're doing a slow motion video. But if you watch Federer in real time, you're going to see a constant sense of rhythm in his feet. And so that when he's making contact with the ball, he's almost always beginning it with some form of dynamic motion in his feet. If you're stiff and jerky when you're playing the shot, you're going to be losing a lot of momentum, and the whole idea of creating this loop is going to be pointless. Rather, you might as well just start like this because you're killing any momentum that you have on the way down. So if you really want to get the Federer forehand or any of the Federer strokes, you've got to start relaxing. And if you want to learn how to relax into your strokes, you've come to the right place. Feel free to check out any of the other videos on my channel where really relaxation is the whole idea and focus. So with that said, thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you get more videos as they come out. If you have any questions or any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. And until next time, see you later.